With the ongoing COVID-19 crisis, food security in the ASEAN region could become even more of an issue for the most vulnerable. The tiny island nation of Singapore is almost completely dependent on food imports, producing only 10% of its nutritional needs locally.
There's been a recognition within the government of Singapore's vulnerability to food imported from outside. So there's always been plans, but the most resilient strategy to import from 170 countries. That's actually part of a systematic planning exercise to try and ensure that we don't have over-dependence on a small number of countries for a single food product.
Experts say that many governments in Southeast Asia have adopted stronger food security policies after the last global food crisis of 2007-2008, when some countries only had stockpiles of a few weeks and were battling rising commodity prices, including oil.
Countries have become more cognizant of the need to stockpile more than, say, a month or 2 weeks supply. So now a lot of countries have sort of 2 to 4 months of stockpile. Now, oil prices also come into play. If the oil prices are high, obviously oil prices are low, they have a bit more buffer to spend on other things, including support and subsidies for the most vulnerable in their populations, and also obviously buying food.
Despite the fact that governments in the region are better prepared this time around, a perfect storm could be forming. With restrictions on the movement of labor and border closures impacting logistics and therefore food supply, this can lead to artificial shortages even when there is enough food in circulation.
We have a number of policies that limit the movement of people, and by limiting the movement of people, you limit the movement of goods, and you create shortage in urban centers, for instance. We have seen directly policies that restrict the movement of goods and what we call export restriction, like Vietnam has done for rice. And for a country like Philippines, it's a very important challenge because we import a lot of rice, including from Vietnam. If the price of rice go up, because that will be the direct impact of this shortage on the market, you may see food instability.
This year, Vietnam holds the chairmanship of ASEAN, an association with aims to encourage joint endeavors in Southeast Asia. To prevent the region from experiencing another food crisis, experts believe that policymakers should collaboratively manage food supply chain issues during the coronavirus pandemic to avoid panic and protectionism. Miro, CGTN, Singapore.